We'll now return to Jean Quinn to introduce the working group on ending homelessness.
Thank you very much indeed. I guess it's the youngest committee working group to end homelessness, which began in November 2017. We like to start from this point, and I did say it at our first part of the orientation, you know, mapping the presence at the UN from passion to product. So I think that's really the important bit, how you choose your focus, you know, you gather the information, mobilize people, create awareness, do direct advocacy, and boomerang, public opinion and social policy. Thank you, Teresa. The next one. So we began in 2017 and we had a strategy from 2017 to 2021. And that was really to seek a resolution on homelessness, which we were doing through the Commission on Social Development. We engaged experts, academics, and particularly people with a lived experience of homelessness. That was really important to the group, that voice would be heard. Our vision is a future in which every person experiences the dignity of having a safe, habitable, affordable, secure home achieved through social protection, sensitive policies, and programs to end homelessness. Our mission is to advocate at the UN for persons who are vulnerable, pursuing the human right to adequate housing for all, and to end homelessness, so that all can reach their full human rights and potential and flourish. The essential aspect of our working group is the inclusion of the voice of people who have experienced homelessness and housing insecurity. We do our work through the values of respect, commitment, compassion, and leadership. And so we just met a few days ago. So this is a draft of where we're going to go now in between the next 2 years. But it's the foundation of the new strategy is built on the old one, the experience, the expertise, and the learning and research. But we need to, because we got one resolution in 2020, and in 2021, I think just to say a word about that, I think the first resolution we got on homelessness at the UN came from the working group working with the UN. The second resolution that we got that was just ratified at the General Assembly on December the 16th came at the invitation of member states to the working group. I think that was the interesting thing for me. And we worked for 18 months on the new strategy. So now we have two. The third one we are going to look at is getting a resolution. We're going to start working on it in March, getting the International Day on Homelessness into the UN calendar. So that's important for the new group, for this new group. Next slide, Teresa, please. We are trying to engage change because who wants to see homelessness like we're seeing on the streets of New York at the moment? I'm everywhere I go, I'm just meeting people that are homeless sitting on the street. So we're trying to mobilize efforts. We're trying to network, meeting with the Lord Mayor here in New York, collaborating with other people, using resources that we have, and learning is very important. One of our committees is on education, because we've got to know what we're talking about and what's happening internationally on homelessness. The new strategy also will be a renewal of the working group to end homelessness and what we stand for, an ongoing commitment to homelessness, housing and human rights. And that's some of the work we want to do into the future is with Geneva, looking at homelessness through the lens of human rights. We can strengthen the culture of the group through stories. We need to know the stories of the people and what symbols we use and the structures we operate out of. And central to the strategy on homelessness is a clearly defined description. And we got that from the UN. We didn't get probably a definition, but it's just words anyway at the end of the day. We have a description. we want to look at data, and the group are now going to work with UN Habitat in Nairobi together to start looking at data. Continuing advocacy for homelessness and human rights, and how can we be greater and more effective impact, or how can we have a greater and more effective impact into the future. We have a high level of focus and prioritization because we work through 4 groups. We have an education group, a language group, an open doors group, which is kind of like the vision group, if you like, for the group, and communication. And I think as of today, our new website should be up and running. So that's good news. We're going to have 4 goals. We're going to look at why we have the goals and how we can make it happen. So it's like progressing and make it alive and active, really. So we meet the 3rd Monday of each month from 10 o'clock to 11:30, and we would be delighted to have new members, and everybody would be very welcome. Thank you very much indeed, Teresa, and thank you everybody for being here.